Well, my friends, Lake Champlain, here it is in all its glory and splendor. A nice big Adirondack lake is what it feels like, what it's gonna feel like. So we're gonna kinda go check some stuff here and there, fish a little bit. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on wind-wise how this will play. If I find anything today, it'll be cool, but we'll see. Trying to get my head squared away here, kind of see what is all here, what's it like, that kind of stuff. This might be perch. Water's pretty clear. I think those are perch. Saw a cluster of them on the bottom, so that's perch. Right, let's go explore a bit. Let's cover some ground. Do some graphing. It was kind of nice to at least throw at some fish. Oh, oh. Maybe smallmouth? Hello?
Is your smallmouth? Yes or no? Down to five.
Adios mio. Come to papi. I'm about to throw a glide bait. Just to search.
I just got a calendar notification that says Bailey at Champlain.
No, really?
Yes, I am here.
You're here? Well, that ain't gonna do it. First Lake Champlain bass, look at that. That's not gonna help me. That's not gonna help me at all. So I'm not liking that one. Actually came off the bottom and actually it picked it up mid-column. And I just saw the weight hanging there and I was like, oh, well, he's got it. Okay, let's continue our little search here. There's bass number 2. It's getting bigger. Not nearly the size that I need. I feel excited about. But we're catching bass. That is a trout. That is not bass. Well, this map's wrong. Must be that it used to be super shallow up here. Oh, there's 3 right there. That's a pack of smallmouth. Ooh. What was that? I briefly saw that. Up on top, there's a little hump. There's, yes. It's like to be a whole bunch of something sitting up on top of that. over into that slack water stuff there. See if maybe we can pull something off this slack water with a little bit of current, a little bit of a point. My eyes do not like this in the slightest. Ooh, there we go. That's a good one. On top water. Yeah, that's a good one. Come here. That was a cool bite. Big old fatty. Well, no, I can't say big. I can't say big. Bye-bye. Well, good morning, everybody. New part of the lake. Pretty much going to take today to really kind of try and play around with it. But I got a little bit of a creek here. Some stuff. Maybe flippable stuff. Man, frog would be good. Not that far away. I can still go grab it. Nah, it's okay. I don't think that's gonna be my play for this derb anyway. So we're gonna head out here and start scoping out some stuff. Kind of new. It's kind of closer to where I'm actually staying. This is one of those places I identified that would be pretty good with the wind, like the way the wind's supposed to be, or one of the directions. At least this weekend it's supposed to be like, so I figured why not. Plus there's a creek that's like right here too, but I've kind of had enough of that fishing. This one I really need to just kind of play to my strengths here, so just kind of play around in this one. It's gonna be a little bit different, probably not so far not nearly as scenic. If you have not fished Lake Champlain, you need to fish Lake Champlain. This is, I was driving up to here, got over a ridge, and I looked over on the New York State side, and I was like, this is the backdrop of what I get to go fish in over the summer. This is a cool life to live. This is a cool life that I live. But I'll turn you guys back on once we get ready to actually go fish here in a second. So, talk to you guys in a bit. These are all drum. These are all drum over here. Drum following jerkbait. That would have been scary. Scary. Drum. 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 Big drum. Drum. Oh my God. This thing is huge. Thanks. Thanks for playing. I don't think they're up over here right at the moment. Well, that was fun. Oh, yes. Big one. There's a big one. There's a nice one. That's a good one. About 1920. Biggest one yet. Biggest one yet. Thanks, bub. What I like about that is it didn't even hesitate. Just came up and munched it. And that was the color I had a feeling I was gonna need to switch to. Oh, it's a little drum. It's a little drum. Watched it eat though, which is pretty cool. All right, little one, goodbye. Yes, Ian, grab. Stop trying to fish. I don't even know if I have paddle tails though. I have the hooks to do like a weedless paddle tail too if I need to. Ruins. Map says ruins. And I see a bunch of buoys. Well, jerk bait. Made a quick switch. Color of the jerk bait. Same size, but I needed something that would get down a little deeper, which this one does. And found cruising. Whoop. Bye-bye, bub. There's something sitting in that grass. Right there, 40 feet. 35 feet. Oh God, that's a pike. That was a big pike. It was like a 35 plus inch pike. Ooh. Hee hee. Well, good morning, everybody. A little late start. Just kind of wanted because it's gusty today. So I just kind of wanted to see what the wind was going to be like. With some thunder, supposedly there's going to be some storms around. tomorrow. So I'm going to try to utilize today the best I can to get this one particular area, kind of where I was the first night, get that a little bit more dialed in. Where I was yesterday, I didn't really like what I was seeing. However, first night, I did like what I was seeing. This might be a popular place on Saturday. Have a good night with the fellas. Talk to you guys once we get out and start working. It is gassing. We're going to very quickly make a couple casts here. So the waves aren't bad. It's the wind that is the problem. Turn, please. Turn, please. Turn, please. Get me away from that. 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 Please and thanks. Let's take a peek. I want to see what some of this stuff is that's on the bottom. Yeah, I might really need to just get over to that hard point there. Yeah, there's 3 smallmouth. Yeah, those are smallmouth. They don't like that though. I see 1, 2, 3 in there on the bottom. Oh, there they are. Oh my God. That's a big smallmouth. That's a drum. Oh my God, that's big, whatever that is. I think it's a drum. I think it's a drum. It's a big drum. God. Yeah, it's gonna be a massive drum. Or it could be an absolute pig of a smallmouth, which would make me super happy. I don't think so though. Yep, big drum. Big drum. Big drum. Oh my God. This thing is huge. Oh my God. This thing is massive. That was gotta be close to 20 pounds. All right, those are actually kind of fun. Tiring though. These fish are moving so dang quick. I kind of need to put on 1/4 ouncers. Kind of wish I had 3/8 ounce. Now I understand, but. So what I didn't record was, so that was Thursday. The next day it was calling for a lot of rain. I mean, like, a lot of rain. Didn't really want to put the cameras on and the risk of getting too wet, everything else. So I actually didn't record Friday, and I went to another spot. So went to fourth spot, and this spot was more up in the north. It was a bit of a drive from where we were staying, but it was up in the north, and it had a lot of it had shoals, had access to deep water, and at this point the weather was calling for Saturday for a north wind, but not a lot of wind, not very strong out of the north. And in this spot, that's a really good play, and I ended up catching a 19.5. And on top of that, I was seeing a bunch of roamers, and the frequency of the roamers kind of made me raise an eyebrow and be like, oh, I think they use this, and there was good fish. So I was like, okay, there's a 19.5. It's the first time I caught a 19 pluser, and I was like, that's the size that I need. And I was seeing other fish when I was working a jerkbait that were about look about the same size as the drum that I was seeing. But the thing is, they were behaving as bass do to a jerkbait, where they're like hot right on the tail. They wouldn't bite it, but they were hot right on the tail, trying to get underneath the bait to come up and grab the head. And eventually I sat there and I was like, oh, that's a big one. That's like big. Burn that jerkbait back in. We're not catching that, because I'll see you in the morning. So that was the spot that I found the next day, and ultimately that was the spot I decided to start my day off on the derb, which you will see in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I know this wasn't exactly the most exciting. Trust me, there's more videos that are coming here pretty soon that are gonna be more catching of fish and stuff, and more on the funner side, more thrilling and engaging and kind of exciting to watch. But as always, I'm always here. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, the ugly. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word. And with that, I'm Ian. I'll see you guys on the next one.